Welcome to Creators Unstuck. Well, Lou, what are you eating? It looks so good. Is it
I made
pound
this
cake?
bread.
Oh, I thought it was pound cake. It looks good.
Yeah. Mm.
Mm.
It's gluten-free bread because we're working on some food sensitivities for Will. So I learned how to make it, and it does give like a pound cake vibe. Like the gluten-free stuff doesn't. It's not the same.
Oh
It's
yeah.
not the same,
Uh-huh.
but it's pretty good.
Gluten-free bread is like uh oxygen-free water. I
Hmm.
can't. I try so many times. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Well, this one is.
However,
Go ahead.
no, I said. However, I did discover we have a place here called Niu, and unfortunately, they opened after you left. But it's a vegan ice cream, and Niu is how you say coconut in Hawaiian. So everything is made out of coconut,
Yum.
and it's freaking off the chain. It doesn't all taste like coconut, but it uses coconut milk as the base, and it's so good. Like we actually go every Saturday now because it's ice cream you can eat without making it thick.
Mm. Yeah, I like that.
So
That's
good.
good.
It's so good.
Yeah, this like gluten-free bread was there's like a certain flour I found because the gluten-free breads like pre-made ones were taste like cardboard and I
A
was like I
hundred.
cannot.
A
I
hundred.
cannot.
That's so funny. Yeah, it's funny. It's really weird how you can have these, celiac oriented sensitivities, but they don't always stay. So don't forget to double check. You,
Yeah,
you,
and
you know
that's
what I
where it's
mean?
like we're doing like an elimination diet like taking stuff out and then putting stuff back in.
Trying to figure it out.
Yeah, because he's got poor white boy sensitivities.
Oh, see, I'm telling you the best part about growing up hood, we could eat anything. Because
Yeah.
we had no choice. Sometimes you was eating stuff. Oh, let me just cut that section off. Mama, this is green. Boy, if you don't pluck that mole off and eat that, I'm like, however, I think it makes the stomachs pretty gangster when you grow up. Oh my God. Oh my God. Felicia, listen, I want you to send an email to Jill and tell her it's her fault. She took so much time yesterday. But after we finish this, I have a meeting with Mary Lou, Jill, and Katie, and then I'll try to ping you again before I do office hours. Today is a crazy day. But I was trying to help her out yesterday, and me and Jill got on the phone. We were talking for like 3 hours. I'm trying to help her unplug some stuff. Speaking about unsticking some things, we today on
Ooh-wee.
Creators Unstuck, we're gonna unprogram Doc. So
Yeah, we're gonna talk about some stuff. Okay, so last week, Doc had slyly like we were talking about something
I mean
else, and then and
slyly.
you just it wasn't like I don't think you were trying to hide it. It just was like not the main topic, right? So you
Yeah,
had
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah, yeah.
mentioned that you had been feeling. You said something about the insecurity monster or
It was the
the jealousy
comparison
monster,
monster. Yeah.
comparison monster,
Sometimes I wish I
and
could
so
do insecurity because it'd be a good excuse. Unfortunately, I don't have that. I got the army trained that out of you real quick.
well, so it hit me, and so I was like, just sat with it for a couple days, and then reached out and was like, I think we need to talk about this. What's going on? So,
Yeah.
catch the people up. What's going on?
Uh, you know, and it was funny, and I think we talked about a little bit on Saturday too with the group. Um, Paul, of course, he don't show up after he caused all of this trouble. The other Paul, not Paul Duncan, the other Paul had sort of mentioned, something that still it kind of always drives me crazy. But this conversation about, bro, for the amount of stuff, this is hard to say. Okay, I just want you to know, I'm not saying this from a cocky standpoint. I'm repeating kind of sort of verbatim what he said, just without the British accent. So anyway, basically, Paul Heater, made a comment that I actually get from other people than more than Paul. Oh, now he shows up. Now he's there. That I am underexposed, as be the best way to put it. I am underexposed, or some people say undersubscribed, for the type of content that I am putting out. And so, like, I should do XYZ things in order to expand that reach. And while I won't say that he's wrong, I've always kind of pushed back against that because I've always tried to go out of my way not to do what some of my contemporaries do. As a matter of fact, when Paul and I first met, one of the things that he said, the reason why I'm going to pick you as the person I listen to is you are not saying all the crazy things that some of these other cats be out here saying. But at the same token, I totally understand Paul's point because I feel like if my mission is to affect as many people as I want to affect, I will at some point have to find a balance in order to step the game up so I can expand the reach so I can actually fulfill the mission. So here we sit with a catch 22 of wanting to impact more people and grow for that reason, but not grow for the greedy, oh, look at me, I'm out here collecting digits kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's like dating and wanting to find a person that's going to be your ride or die and realizing the only way for that to happen is technically a numbers game, but you don't want to look like a hoe. So that I mean it's a similar catch 22, right? I want to find this person, but I also don't want to put myself out there where people be like, "Oh, look at this player. He always talking to like 75 different folks." Well, that's how you find the one. Cuz what's dumb is if you only talk to 5 or 6 and you pick from the 5 or 6, you probably settling. And because everybody is so damn nosy and all up in your business, even if you try to pick between 5 or 6, they going to call you a hoe. So it's smarter to go find 2 or 300. You got a better option of finding an actual ride or die. It's a catch 22. So yeah, it's a very similar conversation. How do you impact as many people as possible without being a hoe?
I I in thinking about it once we kind of touched on it in text messages because I was like, "Friend, are you okay? We can talk. It's okay." Uh
I was in my
but
bottle. I had my bottle open. I was like, I'm just
yes.
joking.
Yeah, but like like I appreciate you being able to share that because, we talk about this stuff with our people. So it is important that we do also get vulnerable, but also in the parallel of the people that we have been helping, you say for like, let's say the past 5 years, right? I feel like 2020 is probably when both of us started kind of on this particular trajectory. Not that like, there's more to it than that, but the people that we were helping is kind of when we cross paths with these folks. For a while, we have to really strongly be like, don't look at the analytics, don't look at the analytics, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah. That's where we
and we
was.
have to like live by example as well. But there was a reason because most people weren't even making videos at all. So
Sorry, I'm
we have
laughing
to
at
worry
Paul because
about that
Paul just
first.
read my message. My bad.
Oh,
I
what is
wasn't.
it? What
I
are
wasn't laughing at you. I was laughing at Paul because Felicia asked for the link for the Doc Pops, and then I said I didn't want to leave her hanging, so I said, "Oh, since Paul is sleeping, let me type it in."
oh,
Sorry, Paul.
he's doing stuff. He's doing stuff.
He's cat sitting.
Oh yeah, this is.
Anyway, sorry about that. I didn't mean to
And
derail
my
your
lights
your
are like
train of
really glowy
thoughts.
right now.
Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
cool. It's that Black Pro Mist filter doing his work.
Yeah, I'm on the Osmo Pocket today just to shake it up.
I like
I
it.
was just
Always
want to play
switching
with
up.
my other toys sometimes. It's
Yes.
always she can't sit still. Um, but so we're having to kind of live by example. But now the people who have grown with us, like y'all know how to make videos now, and you've seen it. We've acted it out. We've done it. We've taught you. We've seen you do it. Now we do kind of have to graduate to the next level along with them. So in thinking about the thing that's always preached, right? Like we always are saying is like, what does the audience want? Don't worry about the analytics. Do what the audience wants. But the analytics are the key to some information to what the audience wants because not everybody will leave a comment. Not everybody's active in the community. So when I think about that this way, because like I have this aversion to analytics as well, but we are, we graduate now. And things have changed, like things have moved, things have shifted with the analytics where I saw something that they're rewarding satisfaction over like watch time on YouTube.
Mm.
I mean, this is like
I
fairly
can't
new. Like,
get no. Sorry.
yeah, but
you,
it's like
you knew that was
somebody
coming.
might not watch a whole video, but like, did they watch more videos? Did they, are they enjoying the the visual experience? So that was just
Yeah.
something that I was thinking about. But then, like for you individually, what I was like, well, I just want to break down a little bit more about like what it is that you want to achieve, right? So we know it's help. What's your number? However many
Billion.
people.
Billion.
Help a billion people, right? And I do think you're on your way because like it is exponential, right? You help me, I help people, they help people, we help people. So on the way. But we need to get the more people in the top level of the pyramid,
Mm-hmm.
if we're looking at it like a
Yeah.
pyramid scheme, right?
Yeah.
We need more people directly learning from you. So what is it that does that look like for you? Like if there's 100,000 subscribers, what does that look like for you?
That's a first of all, the only I've always said this. The only reason why I want a plaque is so when people come in and got something stupid to say, I can just point at the plaque and just keep talking, legit.
Hmm.
But there is something dope about like the idea of there's 100,000 people out there that are also pushing to make the world more positive. Okay, I'll say right now, one thing that still absolutely frustrates my face is people will love to be like, oh, social media is the evil. It's blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you know, social media is kind of like anything, right? In moderation, it's fine. It's if you become addicted to it or you're using it for your only form of human contact or you're using it to either A, gas yourself up or B, tear yourself down. Like those things are bad, but social media itself can be all bad. And as a matter of fact, if you can say that it has the power to destroy the world, you can also say that re-wielded, it has the power to save the world, right? So a prime example is, the lightsaber. In some people's hands, it's used for destruction. In other people's hands, it's used to battle those forces, right? It's whether you're a rebel scum or you're a straight up gangster from the dark side like me, D-side. Sorry, I'm dark side all day. The Vader Nation, Vader Nation. No, it's just one of those things,
They
right?
do have better clothes, I will say that.
Yeah, that's probably why I picked it. They got better outfits. Yeah, and then we can shoot. We can actually hit stuff, not like stormtroopers. They be missing everything. They stormtrooper couldn't shoot himself in the foot. It's just one of those things, right? Like you can't in one breath say social media is all powerful for destroying the whole world, and in the same breath say that oh no, it can't do any good. Like doesn't make any sense. Like if it's that powerful, it's like water. Water can flow or it can crash, right? Water can feed and provide life. Water can destroy life. I live on an island. Trust me. I know what it looks like when water come through angry. You know what I'm saying? And in the same token, right now, I've sent the links to Paul because Paul likes it weather stuff. So I'll be showing Paul when Madame Pele, which is the volcano goddess, when she be angry and she's erupting and throwing 1,200-foot fountains of hot rock in the sky, it seems destructive because it'll burn you at 20,000 degrees. But what she really doing is growing the island, making the big island bigger. That's what she's really doing. She's expanding the landmass. So it's just again, it's a matter of how you look at it. If you are some, wealthy Yakubian who decided to come to somebody else's land and build a large mansion, and then Madame Pele decides to spit hot lava on it and burn that bitch down because it was her land that you stole, you can't be mad at her. She done showed you she would throw some hot rocks at you. Why would you build $1 billion house over there? That's your fault, player. And I see the rich people mad. Oh, Puna got taken out by the lava. You're the idiot who built the thing. You the idiot who built the house over there. You know what I mean? So yeah, like you got to understand the power. Same with people like, oh, my beachfront property is about to get taken out by the water. It's like, yeah, because you weren't supposed to build that over there. As a matter of fact, ain't none of us. I'm not even supposed to be here. Like, this land belonged to the Kingdom of Hawaii. We stole it. Now, when it's like taking things back, people be mad. My vacation got messed up because of the tsunami. You're not supposed to be here. So,
Those are the risks you take. Those
yeah,
are
the
the
risk
risks
you
you
take.
take.
Yeah, you got to pay the cost to be
So,
the
okay.
boss.
So, in connect that back for me when we were talking about the what you're supposed to be doing, what you're not supposed to be doing.
It's it's the thought process of like growing. Yes, Noel, do not buy a beach house. Sorry, Noel lives in Hawaii with me. You know what it is. Um, you, it's the thought process of like, I guess it's almost oh my God, I was gonna say Uncle Pete again. It's not Uncle Pete. I always want to mess this up. It's Peter Parker's Uncle Ben. It's like with great power comes great responsibility. Like I definitely want to grow the channel so that I can impact as many people as possible, help kin folks out here do what they need to do, and help us who have the best information and the best stories to tell, but we're so afraid because of the way we were browbeat when we were growing up. And then you coming a generation later, y'all are in a similar boat, but it's like these young folks out here, they're not afraid at all. They just go in full ham. But the problem is they got no experience. They be out here. Nephew be like, yo, I'm 24 and I'm a life coach. And I'm like, life what? Nephew, please, how many girlfriends you had? Oh, two. You can't life coach nobody. You ain't even been through a solid breakup yet. Oh no, well, Clarice left me. Why? She said I ain't had no ambitions. Okay, so now you're creating stuff to be a ambitious individual out of a reflex because somebody told you you ain't had none. It's not that you this is what you was really about. You know what I mean? You're like, you know what I mean? So there's that. You got out here giving financial advice and business advice, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna tell you how to get your portfolio together. I'm like, oh, this dude is 21 talking about portfolios. He ain't even been through a recession yet. What are you talking about? You know, so, and again, no shade for them. They're gangster enough to put it out there, but they really don't have the experience to talk about half the things they talk about. Like Mark Cuban can tell you how to structure a business, right? Paul Duncan cannot. He's my friend, but I'm not taking structure of business advice from Paul Duncan. I will listen to Mark Cuban. And Paul asked me how to take care of a cat. I'll ask Paul that.
How to take care of a maestro?
Yeah.
Yes.
And play piano right now.
Yes.
I listen to everything Paul got to say about how to play piano.
Right, because he's got experience, right?
Yeah.
And
90
these younger
days. Kicking it.
generations, yes, congratulations. That's like
Big
so
time.
killer. And remember a year ago we couldn't even
I
get
ain't
him
trying
to
to,
post a thing
I'm going to
about
just be back here in the cut. They don't need to see me.
yes. Now
Now he
he's a
can't. Now he
star.
can't
Now
get
he's an
his butt off the TV. It's
influencer.
like Paul, go away. Nah, I'm busy. I'm playing piano. Shut up.
Right. And then like a point with that is like, I talk a lot about lived experience. Like we want to share lived experience. It's not lived expertise
Mm,
because he's not an expert in playing a piano at this point. But
right.
his experience is he has learned lots of things. He's chosen not to learn things. He's choosing to learn things now and sharing that online. So it's important. But these kids, it is important to note that they did not grow up with the entertainment gatekeepers that we grew up knowing,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like they got a phone, their face is on camera as soon as they're born.
Yep.
And so they're used to that. Like, and it's not something generations prior necessarily had the experience with. So that is like to their benefit, right? So they're like, whatever it is they're learning, they're just like, all out. Here it is, and I'm an expert in this without like having context yet. So yes, like it is inspiring, it is exciting, and I'm glad to see it for you. If you let's change that. When you get to the bigger audience, when you get to more influence, when you get to more of this impact, what beyond your channel does that do for you in your day-to-day life?
And it's funny because, I think I'm one of the rare creators who isn't looking to hit that number because of some sort of financial gain. And I will not sit here like
Hmm.
an idiot and act like that doesn't count because, of course, it counts. It allows me to spend 4 months in Japan, then 4 months back in Hawaii, then 4 months back in Japan, then 4 months back in Hawaii. It allows me to do my half a year there, half of their year mission. Like, yeah, that's a dream, but that's not going to change everything. It will be better for you guys because I'll be less bitchy when I'm in Japan. But that's just how I roll. What I think it will do though is it will allow me to help foster this idea that the best way for us to repair human connection is by building more human connections. Like a lot of the stuff that people say that they dislike about somebody else, they just don't know. They just don't know. And they're not even been given permission to learn because everybody else is trying to tell them that, this is bad, this is bad. I think it really hit me the most, like a ton of bricks, when I spent that couple months in China because up until then, especially even being in tech, all you ever heard about was the sweatshops and all of the things that go on. And I'm like, I don't know if you know this, tech is way too complicated for a sweatshop, right? Maybe. I'm not going to say
Yeah.
I've been in the factory where they make jeans, and maybe like you don't got to be that old to like sew a pair of pants. But like putting together a remote control or like even the 3D printer back over here or these LED lights, yeah, sorry, you're not going to put like some 13-year-old on that. Hold on, this is an emergency, Mary Lou. You must talk to them.
Okay. Wow. Doc's left me alone with you guys.
Hello?
So when we, oh, he's not muted yet, so
Chad
we're
said
gonna listen to his call.
he can come this morning.
Okay, why is it not muted? Hold on,
I
I'm
don't
trying. I'm
know.
trying to mute my microphone.
Yeah, we don't want to get in your business here. So then, does that mute me for the whole live stream, or can you actually hear me? Because the feed
I can hear
is
you.
from him. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, our lived experience, our lived expertise. What I'm trying to do with Doc here is kind of get what is the feeling for him that reaching this next goal and being able to impact more people, like what does that feel like for Doc, right? Because it is easy for creators like us that want to help, like we want to help. We definitely want to help. So it's easy for us to put it on the outside, right? So even right now, he's still looking at human growth, human experience, like what's out there. And yes, like all of that's true whether there's like a small audience or a big audience. I'm trying to get down to what makes it different for Doc that it shifts this thing, whatever this, like the comparison monster that happened to show up, it's not there all the time. So this is like a specialty case to address, but when these things come up, like it's important to look at. So what does it shift for Doc?
Well, I'll put it like this, and here's actually a
And you're muted
fantastic.
still. I don't know if you're still on your call.
No, no, I finished. Oh wait, dang it, Paul.
You're
Uh,
muted in Zoom.
I got it.
There you go.
So here's
Okay.
the thing. Like, think about it like this: when initially we came up with an OxyContin in order to help people post op or help them with their dental things and things like that, there was no intention of people abusing that power and then becoming an opioid epidemic, which is basically ruining the country, right? Even when there was a handful of doctors who was like making money on the side, like over prescribing. But then what happens is when one doctor goes to these conferences where they talk about, what the patient outcomes look like, some dude says, "Oh, I made an extra 300 grand last year because I forgot the name of the company. It'll come to me in a second. Anyway, Sackler, because Sackler, they paid me in bonuses and they took me to Bali and they did about it. Like, how'd you do that? Oh, I just prescribed more oxy. Oh, so yeah, like when the patient says they're still in a little pain after that first, bottle, just give them another bottle. And then, if you do that through all of your patients, you can make an extra 200 grand. Oh, they all just picked up. And then next thing you know, they just giving the oxy to everybody. And next thing you know, we got us a problem. Now we got people out here getting robbed. We got people out here like overdosing. We got people out here going through crazy battles because these guys got greedy from the amount of money they can make, and they had no idea on the patient outcomes. I feel like that same thing. So, like, if I'm teaching people how to expand their reach and to grow and to tell these stories and whatever, yes, it's helping out people. But there will definitely be some people who are going to take that and use it to spread more hate and more vitriol and more whatever. And it's hard to pick and choose who's listening and who's not, right? I know for a fact that our group of people right now, we got all good people, right? We got AT
'Cause we
and
scare off the bad
Aubrey,
ones.
Paul, whatever. Like, they're all good. And like, yeah, I guess, I always said to Paul, right? Like, not this Paul, he's in the chat, how to repair. Like, I think the hardest part for me is like growing it, but trying to make sure that I'm not giving a lifesaver to an asshole. You know what I mean? I think that's my block. And I think
Yeah.
and the
And
reality
we've talked
is,
about that.
it's
Yeah.
probably none of my business and I can't control that anyway. And in a way, that's stopping me from reaching the people who actually need it because I'm overthinking, trying to keep it out of the hands of, some other a-holes.
Right. And like this has come up for me. Like it is something that haunts me too. It's like I
Oh,
don't
you
want to
made it
make
worse, by
awful
the way.
people famous.
You made
I
it
made it
worse.
worse by articulating it.
Yeah, you said, I don't want to make stupid people rich.
Yeah.
And wait, was I
And
supposed to tell everybody that? Oops.
no, look, we talked about that. We said that on the live stream.
Yeah, and that's hard. I
And
mean, like, that was just like right in the melon. That one is wedged in the melon and is just sitting there like, yes, absolutely.
right. But like I do think, if we go military style, like if we can name the enemy, it does help us address it.
Hmm.
Right? If we can name the fear, because that is a fear and it's a very high possibility. There's no way we are out here being vulnerable and showing up that we can, even if we stay with the Star Wars stuff, right? Wasn't Anakin was being taught by the Jedi and then turned into the head baddie,
I like the way you
the
just glazed all
HBIC,
over. But yeah, okay, you're right. I'm just laughing at the way you put
right?
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'm not like so deep in it, but I am trying to learn. Like once I watch,
No, you got it
what's the
right.
show?
Sis, you nailed
Andor?
it. You nailed it. It was just cute the way you did it. So wait, let me see what Paul said. Paul said so true. When you look at the other creators teaching and you see the type of people they attract, you understand why I came on this side. Yeah, and I fully get that. And Felicia said, I think you should consider your gift as the most valuable thing that you can provide. Some people will benefit, and those are the ones to honor with your gift. Yes, that's really kind of what I'm trying to do. And to keep it military, I almost want a sniper approach of like finding the gems and bigging them up. You know what I mean? Where we have a thing in the military which is known as spray and pray, where you just let the rounds go and hope that you get
And
out
photography.
Of this, you get out of there safe. But I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Like I want to be intentional always. I'm always an intentional oriented individual, and I want to help out the people. Okay, so here's a prime target. I'll give you a little even sort of backstory, right? When I was working in the club, right, and I was standing in my box. I would always stand in my box in the beginning of the night, and I watch people as they come in. Now, I am playing to the entire club. There's 3,000 people in the spot. I am playing to everybody. But I would find one party or one group of folks. I'm like, y'all are the target. I am vibing the whole room off of what you guys do. Especially if you sitting up in there, got your new fit on, got your hair did, nails long, hair long, everything did, standing around like this. If you gas facing the whole night, it is my job to crack you until you like, that Daisy Dukes on. And if I would find the most
She's
ice
on top
grill,
of it.
yo, I would find the most ice grill person and try to turn them into Jill in 20 songs or less. If you seen Jill tear up the flow, you know, don't let sis here cut, yo, she out there. you know? So I would like that was my goal. I would always pick the person who was ice grilling because I know if I could crack this ice grill person, yo, everybody else is they having a blast. Like you going home dripping, right? And I think it's sort of like that, you know, like I want to make sure that, you know, this is guided and it's directed and, you know, you want to love bomb the people who deserve that, but I don't want to gas up the people who kind of probably need to go back into their little genie bottle. And
Yeah.
I think that's what's been the sort of plug. So what I have been doing, it's not all doom and gloom. I've been trying to talk this through. I've been
Hmm.
talking it through with Mary Lou, and I've decided, you know, even from talking with Noel and Brian the other day when we were going through Clarity Scribe, it's like, yo, I'm gonna have to go into one of these tools, and I'm gonna have to increase the amount of content I'm putting out, but not just the video content.
Hmm.
I need to leave more crumbs. You know what I mean? Because what we've been doing is just delivering these incredible entrees and no sides.
Yes.
And then so when that plate is clean, I seen that video, boom, there's no sides. So like we just out here delivering juicy ass steak, but there ain't no beans, there ain't no greens, there ain't no tomatoes. You need it. Sorry. Felicia gonna be like this fool.
All right. So with the club thing,
Yes.
okay? The club, you're playing the music to the whole room. You're targeting the, you know, the ice queen, you know, because you can melt that. But there's still going to be bad people in the club. You
Oh
know
yeah.
that
There's
there's
always
like there's
fights.
just bad stuff happening.
yeah.
Unfortunately, there's that. But we can focus on who we want to focus on. So okay, so that was the club thing. But then I was go back to the military thing. Like you say, you want to be a sniper, but you can't be a sniper. You're the head of the military. Like you are the head of the campaign, and this is a whole
It's
campaign.
called a
But
commander.
the commander.
Yes.
I was like, is it the general?
No.
Is
Well,
it the
yeah, the general is the
major?
top, but like Felicia is a leader. She's a captain, so yeah, she's up there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like you're in charge of this campaign, but that's where you have to send out. There's some foot soldiers. There are the snipers. Like who are some of the other people we got
Oh, you got
in order to
communications, you got, you know, your mess
Mhm.
team, you got your engineers, you got your forward support. I was in artillery, so you got forward support, they're out there looking, you got your target acquisition battery. Like, yeah, so there's a plethora of
Right.
folks out there, yeah.
But like who's out on the streets? Like on foot,
That's your front line, yeah. That's your foot soldiers, so to speak.
right? Okay, and then we have snipers who are going out to take out the important people, right? They got to
HVTs,
like
high
sneak
value
up on folks,
targets. Yes.
right? Okay, so the videos. That's your sniper, right?
hmm
The high value targets is y'all, is all of you that we want to help, like people that we know that have come into our world, right? But the foot soldiers, or if we go back to the club, they're the promoters. They're the street team with the flyers. That's your newsletter. Those are your threads. They got to get somebody new into the club.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and that is something we haven't been doing. Like I feel the same. Where we're like, no, they'll find me. The people will find me. And like I'm so grateful that people have found us, but it is time to promote the club.
Yeah, I
Get
think
your little flyers
I
out.
really do think that's what it is, and it's crazy because of course there's been tons of tools out there. There's been a lot of things, and I don't know if you got a chance to watch on Saturday when I was talking with Brian and Noah. I do believe that Clarity Scribe is going to help out a lot because it brings it all into one umbrella. I've always kind of semi hated these one umbrella tools because they always was missing something. And instead of taking it like it's missing something, but it can cover 80%, I would just be like, it's missing something, I would be mad. And so that's kind of dumb though, because like I've totally been to a restaurant the other day, phenomenal food. Everything was everything. Great, off the chain. You know what they had the nerve to put on the side of the plate? Some cheese covered broccoli. And I was just like, like, but I didn't like I'd send it back to the kitchen. I just took that part off and gave it to Small and be like, here, you eat that crap. I'm not eating it, you know? And it's funny, but I think it's easy sometimes, and people will do this. No, Paul, I did not eat it. People will do this. They will be like, oh, well, I like this, and this, but it can't do open gate. And I'm like, so you're gonna blow it up? Do you use open gate a lot, or you just want to have it because everybody else got it? If you don't use it a lot, blowing off a good camera because it don't got open gate is kind of a stupid concept, right? And yet I think I myself have done that in the past. Like, if I'm not going to go all the way in and do all of the extra stuff, then I don't do any of the extra stuff. And it's like now the only way this is going to work for to kind of do what Paul wants me to do, but keep it gangster the way I am and not just like overpower the whole life. I have to use something like Scribe to turn up the volume. So I'm sorry for all the crazy analogies. This is how my brain works. Deal with it. All I am doing is amplifying the mission. Okay, so there's a time where we got it covered, but we want to make sure that we absolutely got it covered. So you bring in an additional battalion to be sort of back cover or to help with after action or to just provide the visual presence of there's deeper safety so that the common folks will see that there's a base to this, right? The way that would make sense if we were talking about music, you know, somebody can sing, but when you put in the microphone and some speakers, it allows more people to hear it because you're going to bring in an amplifier to make it louder. That doesn't take away the quality of the singing. You're just amplifying the singing. You know what I mean? And here, Paul, I know you want to know. So what the hell is this devil lettuce? This disgust. Since Paul was asking, they even tried to fry it and throw cheese on it to try to trick a brother. Nope, ain't happening.
No, not today.
Not today, Carol.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So, okay, when this amplification works, once you do this scaling, how does that change how you feel?
Can't say I know yet, but if I'm dreaming,
Mhm.
big sky dreaming, it just means that when you pop on, right now the signal to noise ratio is very noise. So to me, the indicator that the mission is working is I see a lot more signal. And what that looks like is the people who are just, look at me, I'm cute. That's noise. The people who are sharing nonsense or sharing more hate and vitriol and just, ugh. But signal looks like, people like, hey, I'm doing this. I'm at the beginning of my journey and I want you to walk with me. I'm going to go learn how to get to do 7,500 steps every day because 10,000 was BS. Let me show you. Let's go. I'm only on like 500 at the moment because I got bad knees, but we're going to get there. Like when I see people doing that kind of stuff, and then it's somebody that I've been able to help start that mission. Like Taisha, right? Like Taisha was doing her thing and she was losing her weight. But she's like, yo, I want to drag more folks into this, but not from the, I was doing this for vanity situation. I'm trying to get healthy so that, we could just provide better lifestyle for folks and to watch the way she handled it and deal with their concerns and help them think through the emotional issues of, dealing with the weight loss or whatever. And I'm like, this girl is a queen. She's doing better than some of the doctors out here talking about this. And the sad part is, all of us who have tried it, you got all the people that like, oh, you just did that out of vanity. And I was like, nah, man, my sugar was at a point where, I could just stick my finger in your coffee. It was gonna come out tasting good. Like my diabetes was kicking. And my doctor was like, fool, you're gonna die. I'm gonna chop off. You gotta worry about getting your knee replaced. I'm gonna cut your whole leg off. And I was like, what? I ain't trying to get my leg cut off. It's like, well, you need to listen. And then of course when I did it, and here's where it gets to people. People are like, well, how are you doing it? I was like, oh, I'm taking Wegovy. They're like, oh, so you just went on the I gotta get cute drug. And it's like, that's not what it's for. That's what people use it for, but that's not what it's for. You know what I mean? It's like if somebody says, oh, like, what are you doing for the pain? Or I'm taking Oxy. Oh, you better watch out. You're going to become an addict. It's like, no. I'm doing it for what it was meant for. I'm not trying to, like, chop it up and put it in aluminum foil with a lighter and be like, that's a different, why are you laughing, Aubrey? That's a different thing. Aubrey losing her mind over here.
All right, so when we talk about Taisha and what you've seen her do and what you've been able to help her do, what are some of the feelings that have come up? It's like a sense of pride.
Oh, 100% a sense of pride. Okay, so here's one. Here's one that's hard to put into numbers. And it's funny because it almost goes back to Paul in the original conversation. I could do it in the manner of my contemporaries and my numbers be massive, right? But my numbers are technically small. But I would tell you that Paul C came to me at 60,000 and Paul is about 270 right now. So I know what I'm talking about works because he listens. He hard-headed, but he listens. So that works. I know that people who have followings of 20 million call me up and ask me questions about how to do X, Y, Z. I don't have a way to market that or sell it, but I've also helped out shows that ended up on a major network, but like I built how their show works in the background. And because of insider secrets, I can't even talk about that. I got people coming up in the chat. He don't know what he's talking about. I'm like, cool, gangs. I'm glad you believe that. But I know for a fact, we're talking like big time celebrity who've always had to keep secret, which drives me absolutely insane. I know that even another creator, who's probably worth about 2.7 million kin folks, talk to them 3 times a week, all up in the DMs, asking me questions. How are we going to do this? How are we going to rearrange our studio? How are we going to set this up? Whatever. So I got the receipts. Some of the receipts I can't show. Whereas some of my contemporaries, their receipt is how big their channel is. And I'm like, So it's almost like we have a problem where there's definitely some people who would not take diet advice from a fat doctor, but that would be the person who probably knows more, right? You know what I'm saying? If your fitness trainer is always in the mirror, they're not helping you. They're helping them. And I don't know how to sell that. I really do not know how to sell that.
Right. So we have a situation here where you just don't have the public receipts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like everybody here, they're like, clearly Doc knows what he's talking about.
I mean,
That's
you've
why
been
we're
there.
here.
You've
That's where
seen
we
it
hang
happen
out.
in
Like,
person. Like you've been on the flow
yeah.
when they be like, damn, this fool, he came through.
Yeah. And like that's why like I mess with you because like yes, like I like competent people and I like confident people and I like people who want to help other people. There's our gap that we need to jump over is how do we get more people to see it? And it's not that we just need people to know you know what you're talking about. We just want more people to benefit from from the fact that you know what you're talking about. So this I'm just like, it's like just our strategy game here, right? So it's like, is there any answer? But this is why it's good because we do have our hive mind where we can think about these things because I know for me, for a fact, it is hard for me to look at myself and see what needs to happen. But I love, I love to look at someone else and be like, ooh, what can we
I
do?
think I
How
have a
can we make
part
this
of that,
happen?
sis. I think I have a part of that too.
Yeah.
Like it was easy for me to be like, Paul, no, you need to da 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 da, and then go down these lines and do this, and this, and this. And like, yeah, I think you're correct in the funniest way. Laughing at myself, I think you are correct. I do want to take a minute to give Paul some flowers. I underestimate this brother's sitting at 280 now. He gonna be 300K by the end of the year. And that's just phenomenal. And then Rich, man, listen, brother, you squeeze the hell out of the heart when you say that, because Patty Galloway's a bad mofo. Like I really, he's a bad mofo. Thank you, Rich. I appreciate that. Yes.
Hey, so maybe it's time. Go ahead.
No, I'm reading. Felicia said, need a team of folks to concentrate on marketing, sales, and gatekeeping. Honestly, sis, that's how I screwed it up in the first place. I took the wrong pill and I made it too easy for everybody to get in, and that scared a bunch of people away because I didn't do a good enough job of gatekeeping. I made the mistake that like Apple and Louis and Neiman Marcus and these other guys don't make. They're like, this is valuable, this is what it's worth, and you either pay the cost to be the boss or you don't. And honestly, I would have to think, I got people like Rich who was like, son, you need to close that little door. This ain't for folks to come sliding in through the little door. And Rich and some other folks put me in the corner one day and was like, nah, player, turn that off. And I'm thankful because I probably would have been, gone by now. I probably would have been like, I'm over this and run away. So yeah, I think I was telling Brian and them the other day that it is definitely time for me to basically do a deep dive on Clarity Stride, like spend one of my 30 days with it and put out some content and sort of say, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, Clarity Stride, please go back and check out Saturday stream. But basically in a nutshell, how it works is Noel and Brian and Diana Gladney and Ray Edwards was working on this software that they built, which is basically taking Ray's brain and a bunch of his contemporaries' brain and putting it into an AI that isn't trained on the internet and all of the crap that's out there. It's trained on some of the best copywriters in the world. So when you go in there to do your marketing, to spread your message, to do your funnels or lead gens or whatever the other pieces that you need, like Mary Lou said, these sides that go with it. Like your boy could mess up a steak, but if I ain't serving no greens to the side or no cornbread or them baked beans from Terry Black's, like it's just steak, bro. A steak by itself is cute, but it's not a meal. It's really, you just ate a steak. You just went on one of them carnivore diets, and I don't know if them things is 100% good for you. So this way, you're now adding these other places where people can catch the vibe, catch the vapors, or they can go further with whatever was put out, right? So when we put out, like I got this thing that I built, which is like, these are 10 videos you can make right now, no practice, no scripts, no nothing. You really do have it in your head just from the knowledge that you got. I have that list, but I haven't put it in a way to go in like, put it out there. You know what I mean? So Felicia said, this is actually good. She said, what I mean is that you do not seem to have an interest in selling yourself. That's the problem. I think I want to, and I do, and I'm not afraid of it. I've totally done that before. However, I have been holding it back for fear of putting the mustard in the wrong hot dog. Like, I don't want some jerks to like take that and run with it. And to be honest, y'all can get me in trouble. Where it comes from is in my job, I am forced to help out some people that I probably wouldn't want to help. And I gotta sit there and smile and be like, oh, yeah, sure, here you go. Here's how you do that. And I'm just thinking, I'm looking at their content and that type of stuff that they're doing, and I'm like, bruh, you don't need no help. I'm trying to help this dude talk about the earth is flat, and I'm trying to help him grow his live stream because I have to. And I'm like, yo, the joint is round. Okay. I've been in the plane. I've been in the plane in the Halo outfit. I know it's round because I've been there. You ain't been up there. Shut up.
I
Sorry.
think we need to get a session with Paul, how to repair Paul, and I want to pick his brain about what he's felt has moved the needle from you.
Mm,
Like the answers in there, the answers are there, but we need to look at it strategically because now you're a product. Now you offer a transformation. There is a transformation.
yeah.
We need to dial in what is that transformation and then really like go hard at that thing because we like because we care, we're like we feel, if you can't tell, we feel strongly about wanting to
Yeah.
help you guys talk. But there's when we have to step back and now like, okay, how do we look at this in a marketing, what is the product, because it's it's beyond I just want to help people now,
Yeah.
right? If we're wanting
I
to
think I just want to help
get
people.
more
It's too
people,
easy, right? I think it needs to go deep.
it's
Okay. So let me put something back real quick on the table. At one point, we had a conversation, and you said, "Yo, I almost feel like I've lost the plot." What was it that
hmm
triggered that for you?
it I know it was rooted in this. I don't want to be helping these other people because I know my audience had been, when I'm talking about tech, I it attracts a male audience that doesn't necessarily want to learn about tech. They want to tell me about tech. So it was like my purpose. So I'm like, well, I'm trying to put out and I'm trying to like help the people I want to help. But the angle that I was going at it was attracting an audience that thought they were trying to save a hoe. And then it just like muddied everything where I'm like, this isn't what I want. This isn't what I'm trying to do. This isn't what I'm trying to achieve. And there's a level of, sure, people can say things. I can take criticism. I can take like advice and things like that. But it's like, it was a lot. It was a lot, a lot, a lot. It was like an entire industry of men trying to teach me the exact thing that I'm already talking about. Like I had a man yesterday message, like send me a comment or a message that was like, this video is too long. It's a 3-minute video. It's 3 minutes. And sure, like, could that be tightened up? I guess so, but like I didn't this was this here for feedback? Was this here for that? So then already like I feel the anger coming up. This is like, but I'm trying to put good out in the world. And what I'm getting back is not seeing the people that like I enjoy. That's where the private group is really great because like I see what they're doing. We're talking. I ask for feedback from them. I get criticism from them. But like we are in this place where I see Alicia is posting. I see Gretchen is posting. Now this is what we want. This is a result that we're going for. And in losing the plot was like, well, I'm pushing, pushing, pushing for this. And one, I'm getting criticism. That's just one level of it. But then now, am I teaching these people who are just going to go out and take this same energy towards other women who don't need to be hearing it from them? And I'm just teaching them how to go viral on Instagram.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons why I hate going viral because you're gonna help spread some craziness. So first of all, you need a link to this video. Sometimes I'm rhyme slow, sometimes I'm rhyme quick, and when people say that, just send them the link to that song. So, it's nice and smooth. Sometimes it rhymes slow, sometimes it rhymes quick. Just send them that, and we just move on. Man, I really like this conversation because definitely it's easy to lose the plot. And yeah, you are going to get some people that's going to come in and judge. And if
And I think it's that noise and signal thing you
yeah,
have is really key.
yeah,
When it's too much noise, and it's not that I can't handle those things, but when it's too much noise, not enough signal, what are we doing?
Right.
Why do we have the radio?
Listen, I've always said I have never wanted to punch someone in the face for calling me the N-word. I've 9 times out of 10 just laughed at them. But when you hear it too many times in a row, then I'm like, okay, fam, now let me introduce you to some hand-to-hand combat. Let me just take you out real quick. So yeah, that's a whole different conversation. But yeah, it's kind of one of those things. Like I'm relatively numb to it, but when somebody puts it on somebody else who doesn't deserve it, or just somebody just talking sideways, or they're just being nasty, like it definitely does sort of affect. Like I said, I've never really cared what anybody said. When that dude said, "Oh, I would have subscribed to you, but I don't understand non-standard English," that would hit me. I have no idea why. That was really stupid. It wasn't even a good line, but that will mess with me,
Right.
because in the back of my head, I'm like, number one, bitch, I speak 5 languages. You can't speak the one you supposed to. Number 2, I would take you on a Mensa test and leave you stuck on M, right? Like if we did an IQ test, I guarantee you I would smoke you. Like if we took the SATs right now, I ain't been in school for about 50 years. I would smoke you. Like, don't come at me. I'm way smarter than you. Shut the F up. Like it just, I don't know why that one bothered me, but I've
Yeah.
always,
Because the cup was full.
yeah.
It was just
The
like
cup
that
was full
was
of bitch
a
that
tipping
day.
point.
Exactly.
The cup was full of bitch.
The cup was full of bitch.
And we felt it.
That's a deep cut, people. Basically, it's a old proverb that basically states, if you know, I was walking with this and Paul bumped into me and I spilled this, did I spill it because Paul bumped into me, or did I spill it because it was full of water? And one day somebody came at Mary Lou and she was on point. And I was like, Lou, you just had a cup full of bitch. And I had to explain to her the proverb. But she's like, oh, that was just good. I just had a cup full of bitch. Yeah, sometimes people will say something to you and they catch you on a day when you just ain't, hey, what does Jill say? Today
Today
is the day.
not the day to mess with me.
Yes, it's one of those.
Yeah, so it just happened to hit at that point. But like this, the signal versus noise, and I think that's where we're probably at. It's just the balance is off now.
Yes.
We've been putting out, we've been helping. We see you guys, but then now we're at a max. We need more signal. We
Okay,
need
so I
more
think I
radio
got to pivot.
stations.
I think I got a pivot
Okay.
that's, I don't even
Let's
know if
hear
it's
it.
a pivot. I'm just going to put rims on this car. All right, so I've been out here trying to help Gen X creators basically get over their idiosyncrasies and grow and just put out more impactful content and share. I'm trying to help the givers learn to give and stop being afraid to give. That's literally sort of what it's about. I do notice, and we talked about this earlier on the flow, that people are somewhat averse right now to educational content when it's just educational content. Here's a book you need to read. Like, they know they need to read it. They know fully well they need to read it, right? There are some folks that know they need to go to church. There are some folks that know they need to lose weight. There are some folks that know they need to quit smoking. There's folks that know they need to quit drinking. That doesn't mean that they're ready. So we talked about when you got to get your cat to take medicine, you got to put it in the treats, right? When you got to give the worm pills to Gizmo, you got to like wrap it in some treats so then she'll eat it and she'll even realize she ate it. So what if I talked more about the idea, instead of like how to grow the channel, what if we talked about it from here? I'm at the channel where I'm stuck at 20K. I'm trying to grow the business without preaching. I'm trying to grow the business without coaching the wrong people. What if I legit just made the videos about the vulnerability of trying to amplify the content and less about how to make content? Because like you said already, y'all being a bitch, you know how to turn the camera on, you know how to record, you know how to edit. Let's just be real. Right? So I don't need to talk about that no more. Well, occasionally to attract new people, but for the most part, what if we converted it into that? So it's not a whole point of coming from how to grow the channel standpoint. More or less, this is how I'm doing it, Montel. And then you can choose to be nosy and follow suit. You can add advice, which I might try. I'm willing to guinea pig the stuff that you're afraid to guinea pig. So look, I'm gonna be the lab rat. If you want to try something you terrified of it, let me know. I'll do it, and I'll talk about me doing it, and then we'll laugh together when I f it up, or we'll celebrate together when I win. Because I really don't care. I don't care about y'all. I don't care about making a fool out of myself. I don't have those insecurities where I'm afraid to make an ass out of myself. You know what I mean? So maybe
Yeah.
the flip is, instead of feeding it in the educational standpoint, I'm going to feed it as the crash test dummy standpoint. What y'all feel? Whole chat, what y'all feel about this flip? Well, we do it that way. And I just came up with that right
I'm
now,
into
so I have not fleshed that out completely.
So this is something that I've been toying with, playing with for a while. Is we have a place where we teach. You've got Gold Group. I've got Video Creator Club. There's a place where we can teach, because there's no way you and I will ever stop wanting to share this information
Yes.
with good people.
Can't stop,
There's
won't stop.
absolutely no way we can quit that. But we can reposition it, and we can protect it. Okay, so it's like gatekeeping, but gatekeeping is like, it's a private school now. It's not public school. This is a private school. And you go come into this school, then you're going to be serious about coming to this school. You know, that's why I'm like,
Yeah.
not Video Idea Club. Do not come into my group and just with ideas. We better be doing something. We're Video Creator Club. But now, what does this look like in your public side, right? It's the why, not how, right? How can stay inside the Gold Group. But why, right? That's what you're showing. You're showing why for you. I will say also, sometimes for me, it's that because I'm not growing, it's hard for me to want to teach it anymore,
That's
because
what
I'm
I'm
like,
saying.
I must not know what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, I must not know what I'm talking
But
about.
I know I do. That's the part that messed me up. Like,
Yeah.
fam, listen, you think you guys have this? I'm going to tell you right now. I told this to Aubrey just yesterday. I'm like, Aubs, I got videos on the channel which are dropping pure freaking knowledge. And I look at that video and it's like 97 views. And I'm like, N-word, what the? Like, I'm like, bro, this video is solid DF gold. And it's at like 97 views. I was like, son, what are we talking about? Right? But however, just playing, and again, you will see some of these on the channel because it's something that I'm playing with, I'm having fun, and I do not feel like making another channel. Occasionally, I'm gonna drop a 3D printing video. Deal with it. Yo, the 3D printing video I dropped out the other day, 2,500 views in 3 days. Like, you melon farmer. Like, but am I ready to make a whole 3D printing channel? Not quite yet. If I buy my second printer, I might do it and then I'll separate them. But, you know, it's crazy. Like, I have videos where I went outside and I went deep, right? So, for instance, the video that I'm talking about, which now I know I'm just going to have to turn it into a marketing vehicle and it is a test. How to make how to make easy no edit videos with any niche today, right? That is my 10 video blueprint. And it is legit sitting on 178 views. And all you guys be talking about, you don't know what to make. And that video gives you everything you need. And like, it just doesn't work. But again, because it's packaged that way. So now it's like, okay, I'm going to go in and repackage this video. And I'm going to recreate this video. And I'm going to just have to, instead of turning it into a how-to, turn it into a here's how it works or here's how it looks. If you want to know how to, now you got to join the group and then I'll come in and I'll teach you hands-on. So it's going to have to be some reframing because I think we're almost going to have to put the pills inside of snacks. And
That's what I say, like, make a 3D printing video while you talk about the other things.
yeah. Yeah. No, I'll tell you what could happen, though. I told this to Aubrey yesterday. I was like, I tell you what, as I'm looking at the 3D printing space, though, these fools need to learn how to make videos. So one advantage of the crossover is when they come to my channel and see this stuff, they be like, oh, this dude can help me with my videos. And then they might jump in that way too. So in a way,
Mhm.
that might work. You know what I'm saying? Because I seen one of the
Yeah.
guys who I talked to the other day, he really helped me make a decision on something I've been trying to make. And I was like, fam, this was awesome. I'm blessed the content, whatever. But the next time I chat with him, I'll be like, you need to move the mic just a wee bit closer, dog. Like, I got to put you on 37 to hear what I'm trying to do. And then the next video will be blasting out my $10,000 stereo system, homie. So, like, let me help you fix the audio. And if you just send me one, I'll fix it for you. I'll show you how I did it with Auphonic, single button press. And I'm sure he'll be cool with it because he has, 900 something thousand followers. And so he's making all these videos with bad audio and it still works. And I'm like, bro, that one little touch, it'll make the videos better. So I don't know. We might figure something else. The Ate MC said, I put myself on a 90-day growth sprint, putting my head down and doubling down on the things that are working. There we go.
All right. So what Paul says, learned from you,
Yep.
niching down on topics that work,
Mm-hmm.
the right tools for the job,
Mm-hmm.
and practice makes you a better speaker.
Cool.
So with niching down on topics that work, let's just step back and look at your channel last 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
The video that worked in a sense that it got numbers was a 3D printing thing, right?
Yeah, but if I look at the video that got the most engagement, even though it's not a heavy view, the view to engagement ratio is very good, which I think is amazing, was starting over with 0 subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
Like that video did really good. The other one was a brand thing where I talked about, Telesin grip. That one did really good. And then my video about the Anchor 20-watt charger did really good. So yeah,
Okay,
the
so
gear
it's like some
stuff,
product
the gear
stuff.
stuff still works. Yeah, the other one that's doing really good is a $20 fix where I'm talking about my new earbuds. Yeah, so those ones just seem to work, right? And I don't mind making those, but like, I there's so much.
You want meaning.
Yeah, there's so much signal to noise ratio to gear videos, and I love gear. I'm always talk about gear. It's never going to go away. That's part of me. But there's so much signal to noise ratio about the gear, and it's such an opinionated thing. Like, I'm telling y'all, broccoli tastes like the back of a donkey's nuts, but the rest of y'all, like, I love broccoli. So my opinion on broccoli doesn't freaking matter, doesn't move the needle. All I can do is get a whole bunch of other people willing to be like, yeah, broccoli sucks. And that doesn't do anything. That doesn't impact the world. And the world probably would be better if more people ate broccoli instead of sugar. I just can't do it. I would rather I'd rather do a whole lot of things than eat broccoli. I have no idea what my visceral reaction to broccoli is, but I can't stand it. So that kind of stuff doesn't work. And I look at my other friends' channels where they talk about gear, and it's almost even that generates some hate and vitriol, nastiness. Like people are protecting these brands like the brand is paying them. I'm like, the brand don't pay you to stand on business for this Elgato versus like something else, or Rode versus something else, or Sony, Canon, Fuji, whatever. Like, we got jokes all the time, but people get angry about it, like wanting to fight, telling people that they dumb because they bought a Panasonic camera. It's like, bruh.
But that also gets numbers, is
It
because
gets so much
it's
numbers.
causing.
It creates the black t-shirt boys, which
Yeah.
we do not like.
Yeah, and it's like I forget what it's called, but it's just like arguments get numbers, polarizing.
Noelle, go away. See, I thought we was friends. She said, I want to know, how does Doc know what it tastes like? Last year, Noelle, I lost a bet to Yolanda and Taisha, and I had to eat on camera a pound of broccoli, and they wouldn't let me put cheese on it. I was only allowed salt, pepper, a little garlic, and at the end, Yolanda said I can add nutritional yeast, and I sat there and ate my lumps. It was terrible. It was terrible.
All right, another question for you: is there a channel or mix of channels that like are somebody else's that you're like, man, I would love that? Like what they're
Probably
doing
not.
is probably not, right? Like I
Yeah,
think about that too, and I'm like, I don't know.
hey, you know what? I don't look at other people and be like, yo, I wish I could be like them. Because I know that no
But
matter
like even admirai.
yeah, no matter what it looks like on the surface, I know underneath like something else they struggling with that we probably look at like "Psst, whatever, dog. So I try not to gas people up because I've been let down too many times.
So when you had the comparison monster, what came up? What's
It,
happened there?
it was more or less like here's a person that has no clue what the frick they talking about, and yet you know you got people flocking to their channel and oh yeah man blah 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 and just going on and like Paul says it it's they're really about themselves. I'm like, you guys don't even see that this person is selling you a line of BS and they're crushing it, but it's soulless. Like I just can't. Number one, I can't be that person. I just can't. Number two, it makes me sad because I'm like, yo, these people are all getting gassed up on some craziness, and they're paying this person money for like nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So for our folks that like you guys have you watch us, you hang out with us every week, every week. Most of you hang out with the two of us multiple times a week. You just tell us when you look at us, what is it that we need to do? What do you see? Maybe it's time to just hand it over to the audience. Like we've taught them enough, Doc. It's time for them to teach us. It's time to reflect it back. And and also it's lonely being pioneers. It's
Mm.
lonely
Bro, arrows in
being
the back,
in the
bro.
front.
Arrows in the back. 100%. It's so crazy.
What's the arrows in the back? What's that mean?
The person, how's the best way to describe it? The pioneer is the person that goes in first. They end up catching arrows in the back because you was going to get shot while you running in first, trying to check to see if everything is okay. So whoever's
Uh-huh.
willing to be the leader, right? So when Steve decided to turn the phone into a computer and put the iPhone caught so much heat, everybody went after them, and then year and a half, 2 years later, Samsung comes in and is like, oh, here you go. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, hold on real quick. Chad, are you here? Okay, I'll pop up. Thank you, brother. All right, guys, I got to kill this. Sorry to end it on a weird spot. My HVAC is leaking, and so I called the repair dude, and he just came. So I got to do that. And then so when I meet you guys, Lou, I'm going to be in the house with the HVAC man. Because in Hawaii,
Sounds good.
You can't have the air conditioner broken. It doesn't work. We will pick
Cannot.
this back up. Thank you, all you guys, for coming through
But good combo.
and hanging out. And yeah, please send in anything like DM me or DM Mary Lou because we want to keep this going and we're going to solve this problem and we're going to make it work. And I want to ask you real quick before we run. The next time, I want you to think about this as a person. When you go to a creator, say you watch a Mary Lou video and you see it and you're like, oh my God, that was amazing. Do you just comment or do you comment and share? And I brought this up many, many times, but I feel like people will quickly share a DOAC video, Diary of a CEO. They will quickly share a Gary Vee video. They will quickly share a Think Media video. But then if Paul How to Repair makes a video about how to take that little thing in the bottom of your drum out with a screwdriver, like how you stick it down there and pop it out, did you send it to a family member to tell them, hey, have you ever cleaned your machine out? Have you ever checked your ring for mold? Are you properly sanitizing your machine? Because if you ain't, you about to buy another machine. So watch this video real quick and then go do what he say. It's going to save you $700. You see what I'm saying? So that to me is really being a netizen, a participant of this stuff. Because trust me, I send 10 videos a day to Mary Lou about nonsense.
Yes.
But those creators love it, though.
I love pushing the hype button.
Those creators love it, though. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you guys for being willing to hang out. I'm going to fix my AC. Peace. Fa. So forth. Chill. Bye.